guys, welcome back to Books and Fun, and today I'm going to be reading a book, the second book of the life of the prophets, peace be upon him. And today's book is about the blessed marriage, basically the marriage of the prophet, peace be upon him. And I really hope you guys liked this video, and before we get started, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. So let's get started. Okay, guys. So this book is written by Samir Halabi, and cartoon is by Abdul Murdi Ubaid. Okay, let's start. The sun drew near to sunset. Its red rays became mixed with the yellowish desert on the horizon. The sky became colored with the redness of the growing twilight. From the distance, apparitions appeared to be moving on the distant horizon in the range of vision. They began to get closer and closer until the features of the caravan appeared. It was returning from the Sham. The region of covering Syria, Lebanon, Jordan, and Palestine, the Sham, on its usual road to Mecca. The people of Mecca ran to meet the caravan looked with goods coming from Sham. They had been waiting for its arrival for a long time. The caravan bought them what they needed of oil, flour, and other foodstuffs. It also brought different kinds of clothes and superb garments for which Sham was celebrated. Men of the caravan who returned from the journey rushed toward the Kaaba. They circumambulated the statues that were scattered around it. They offered gifts and sacrifices that they had brought from Sham for their gods. Despite the fatigue and exhaustion that Abu Talib suffered during that hard journey, he hurried with the rest of the men of the caravan to celebrate the occasion as they were used to celebrate after every journey. Abu Talib was not greatly astonished when Muhammad excused himself from going to ask the blessings of gods of the Quraysh, and offered gifts to them. His people frequently insisted that he visit them and come near to them, but he always turned away from them and ridiculed these idols. He also joked at the ignorance of those who had aided him with their hands and then worshipped them alongside Allah. Years and years passed, and Muhammad became a young man of 20. One day, a very serious event occurred. It transformed the calmness of Mecca into a violent war and bloody disaster. Many people of Mecca felt victim to this war. Oh, that's not a very good thing. The cover. A fierce war broke out between some tribes. It was called Harb al-Fijar. It occurred because the warring tribes transgressed the security of Mecca. They violated its sanctities, which were sacred to the Arabs. The wise men of Mecca hurried to put things in order and save people from this bloody war. It spread through nearly all of the Arab tribes. The Quraysh called for a new league among the Arabs in order to make peace between the two warring factions and pass judgment upon the two warring parties. They called the alliance Hilful Fudul. Hilful Fudul. The leaders of Mecca and the chiefs of the warring tribes came together in the house of a man. This man belonged to the nobility of Mecca. His name was Abdullah ibn Judan. Those of the Arab tribes who were present agreed to help any wronged person. It did not matter whether the person was a native of Mecca or not. They agreed that they would shelter people from injustice and obtain compensation from the unjust. The people of Mecca were happy with the new agreement reached by the leaders of Quraysh, because it obtained security and peace for the people of Mecca and its inhabitants from other Arab tribes. Muhammad witnessed this league with his uncles. He was proud of it because of the indications of cooperation, performance of good deeds, and peace it contained. In this way, security and peace were restored once again all over Mecca. Mecca was a center for the commercial caravans of the Arabs. Some came from Yemen and some others were headed for Sham. It was the center of interest for the tribes, for it occupied a religious position because of the presence of the Kaaba, and it was famous for great markets. Merchants competed in presenting the most precious goods. And the poets and public speakers contented in making presentations of their poems and showing their talents. The people of Mecca used to be greatly interested in gatherings of amusement and singing, which many young people and elders desired to attend. But Muhammad was very different from his friends and fellows. These gatherings never appealed him as they did to other young people. He was known among people for good qualities and a noble character, and they called him as-Sadiqul Amin. As-Sadiqul Amin, yes, the truthful and the honest. Muhammad wanted to help his uncle Abu Talib, so he worked as a shepherd. This profession was one which many people of Mecca depended on for their life and for their living. When he attained 25 years of age, his uncle suggested that he work in the field of commerce. He proposed that he trade on behalf of a lady merchant who was one of the nobility and wealthy of Mecca. This lady was called Khadija ibn Khuwaylid. Stop! I was just gonna spoil that for you. Skip that, please.
One eternity later.
Muhammad set out again for Sham in a big caravan owned by Khadija. One of her servants called Maysara traveled with him. Muhammad impressed Maysara from the first time he saw him. Maysara admired him even more when he saw for himself indications of his truthfulness, honesty, and good manners. Muhammad made a great profit on that journey. Maysara returned and reported to his lady Khadija what he had heard and seen of Muhammad's character and his honesty. Maysara's words had great impact on the heart of the lady Khadija, so she esteemed Muhammad even more. She thought of marrying him, and she did not hesitate for long, but rather decided to send someone to him to be sure of his desire of marrying her. Lady Khadija was very happy when she learned of Muhammad's desire to marry her, After that, Muhammad went with his uncles to Khadija's house to ask for her hand. In a short time, their marriage took place, and all the people of Mecca celebrated their marriage. And that was the end of the story. I really hope you guys like this book, and make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you like this video and my channel. And see you in another video in the next story of the life of the Prophet. Peace be upon him. And bye!